Hello, Cleveland, and everyone from everywhere else. Welcome to your weekly candle close. I hope everyone's had a good week. Hope you've had a good weekend. For everyone going back to work tomorrow morning, good luck. Godspeed. Let's get into the charts. All right, so we'll start on the weekly. Excuse me. We'll start here on the weekly, and as we can see that the bull flag that we had drawn out, a couple weeks ago, maybe a week ago, whenever we did this, did not play out. In fact, let's not mess with the measured move. Let's take this lower bound of the flag. We'll bring it down. We'll bring the measured move down. And if we were to see a run back up from here, might be smoking the hopium, but if we were to see another little run up in this bull run, well, this is where we're going, around 120. Now we will see that we're in the golden pocket of the fib retracement that we drew of this last run up that we've had. So this is the golden pocket where most reversals, not most, but if a reversal were to happen, this is where it would reverse from. So let's watch and see. As long as this 786 doesn't get, taken out or flipped to resistance more so, well, then we're in a good spot. Let's watch for reversal. Even if this price does get down to that 76 level, then we're still in that golden pocket, and we could still look for a reversal from there. It would just be a measured move up to about 117, 118 at that point. All right. One last thing. Where are we? I said this before. We're either here, and we're going to see another run up like we did last time, but there's no guarantee of that. Could be here. And we could be going into the bear market. And we could be in for a long, drawn out wait for the next run up. But, like I said, not all hope is lost. We are here in the golden pocket. All right, let's move on to our standard regular charts. And what do we got here on the 90? Well, we're looking at high volatility here indicated by the BBWP. Click on that, the BBWP, Bollinger Band width percentile. And so, yeah, that's pretty high up here at 76. And price action is pretty far from the 21. So move back to retest both the 21 and that 85K level just above the 21 there. Test that level as a resistance now here on the now that it has been flipped to resistance here on the 90-minute chart. Yeah, I think that's in the cards. We are very far from the 21. What else is kind of showing me that? Well, okay, first off, we need to flip this 82 level first back. We've also flipped that to resistance as well here on the 90-minute chart. So we would need to flip that back to support before we could see a bump up to 85. We also could blow right past 85, because if you look at the downside, we blew right past 85. And that means that there's a good chance that on the upside, we would blow right past 85 as well, which would set up, let me just draw this out. It would set it up as a possible head and shoulders forming, and then it would go out this way to form the shoulder. This would be the left shoulder, this would be the head, that'd be the right shoulder. But I'm projecting. Let's just watch and see what happens before we project anything like that. Because if 82 doesn't break, instead we could see what we could see is a bear flag. Now, if this bear flag were to play out, well, then we would see a measured move of about 75.5. So yeah, let's watch and see if that bear flag forms or if we can see this V-shaped recovery. Yeah, measure move down about 76, 75. That would suck, wouldn't it? But yeah, the oversold RSI though here, as well as the oversold Stokes, have me feeling that the bounce from here is more likely than not. But as I've said before, anything is possible in this market. So yeah, watch out for anything. It's all a game of probabilities. We are kind of seeing a bit of divergence here. You can see it better on the 22-minute chart here. You'll see RSI putting in higher lows. Right there, while the price action puts in lower lows. There they are. That is a classic bullish divergence. And it gives a little bit more strength to the bullish scenario that we just went over. So yeah, watch for that divergence to possibly play out and push price action up to hopefully break back over 85, but we might find a little bit of resistance there at 85. A little more on the bearish side. We are under the 200 here on the 90-minute chart, that purple line. We're also under the 200 here on the 22-minute chart. We're also under the 200 here on the 5-minute chart. And on the 1-minute chart, we're not. We're actually over it. So possibly that's the start of the reversal right there. All reversals do start here on the lower time frames. So let's watch and see. Maybe. We are kind of seeing a little bit of a double top forming there, though. So play back down to the lows here at about 80,000. Also on the table here for the short term. But that's also, on the 5-minute chart, the 1-minute chart. That's short-term trading. That's over the next hour, couple hours. In the 22-minute, the Stokes are high. Let's see if they can maintain that and push RSI higher. Hopefully. All right, moving on to the 6-hour chart. Now, let's clean it up a bit. So the diamond pattern did kind of hit. Played up, but didn't play all the way up. No measured move was hit, unfortunately. I don't want to get rid of that one. The bull flag here also did not hit that measured move. Get rid of that. Get rid of the bull flag. And we'll see that the symmetrical triangle that we did draw out there did play out to the downside. And we were talking about how it's more likely that these do play out to the downside. Well, not quite to the measured move, but it did play out to the downside. Now let's see if it makes it all the way back down there. Hopefully it doesn't. I, of course, would rather see price action move up, but we got to be ready for the downside. I've been saying that for months and describing my divestment schedule to y'all. Doesn't mean I'm not down on some alts still, mostly just smaller plays on smaller market cap coins, but the big bags were divested from bigly, so I'm not sweating too hard from this big downside. Anyway, the Stokes here are very oversold and have been for a while now. So a turnaround for the Stokes is likely. It doesn't mean the price or RSI are gonna, follow or do anything while the Stokes oscillate back up. And in fact, if we see the Stokes get back up to their next high, wherever that is, whether it's up at the overbought space or whether it's at the 50 or even a little bit lower, but when we see them get to that next high, if we don't see the RSI break over its signal line, this yellow line, then we can maintain that bearish sentiment. But if it does break over, then of course we would switch to a more bullish sentiment and look for that move back up to that 86 level. Hopefully. Like we were talking about. Okay, moving on to the daily. We can see that the wonky double bottom did not hit. So we'll get rid of that guy. We can all get rid of that guy as well. And while the inverted head and shoulders here on the RSI also didn't take off, it doesn't seem, let me redraw that. It doesn't seem like it's been invalidated. In fact, it just needs to be redrawn. So there, and then this one would be more there. So let's see if that can still, hit. It's more of a complex inverted head and shoulders now. So it hasn't been invalidated yet. Just needs that adjustment. And we're also seeing a bullish divergence here as well. So we are seeing the RSI putting in a higher low. Kind of hard to see it there, but it's there, putting in a higher low, while price action puts in a lower low if you don't count the giant wick. And we're not counting the giant wick. The Stokes, they seem to be slowing down the downwards momentum. And we can see that there's possibly curling going on here at the bottom edge of the bullish zone there. And if we can see that happen, and curling back up, that is, then we, of course, would also see the RSI start to move up. And hopefully we can see a big green candle to match that big red candle. But yeah, hopefully we can see the big green candle there to match the RSI moving up, and the RSI moves into, bullish territory. At least, it'll get over its signal line, which is rather low. So perhaps we shall see this reversal from here. But yeah. So the quicker this usually, right, this big red candle, usually when we see a large move like this, we'll see a large move come right after it. Just like this green one, large move up, large move down. Not always. Look at these large moves down, no large moves up. Well, I mean this one. This down, up, down. You can see it like everywhere. Up, down, down, up. But yeah, it happens. So likely we'll see a big green candle here. Hopefully we do. I like big green candles. Either way, we are still in this big bull flag. Technically, we're still in this big bull flag, and we will be until that 786 is flipped to resistance, in my mind, which still means that there's a chance that we see this move up, one more big run up in this bull run. And until that bull flag's invalidated, that chance is still there. All right. So, like I was saying, there are signs that a V-shaped recovery could be in the cards for today, maybe tomorrow. But before I say we are out of the woods yet, I'd like to see price break over the last low, like, near 84K here, right? Here. Closer to 83. So I want to see that break over 83, like a real break over it, solid break over it with a retest to match it. Although we could live without the retest and just to move back up to that 86 level would be great. But yeah, 83, that's our next key level we got to get over. But otherwise, we are looking for the measured move of this symmetrical triangle to complete. That's all the way down here at 73,663, with a possible stop here at the bottom edge of our pattern here near 78 roughly. Possible, that's a good spot where we can stop and reverse possibly. Otherwise, yeah, that 74 is the next level we'd be looking for. So yeah, Bitcoin, we'll be watching you. One more time. Thanks for watching. Music has been provided by Luminist, Valoa, and Sax Squatch. Y'all are awesome. If y'all made it this far in the video, please give the video a like, give the channel a subscribe, a follow. Much love. See you later.